Hello, and welcome back to Trails of Cold Steel 4. I have been sick for 2 days, so despite, if you're watching and it just went from one to the next, it's been 2 days since I played. So,
now,
my voice is going to be a little rough, but that's fine. Of all things that we're doing today, though, we're doing bonding events and random stuff on the ship, because apparently you can make a full episode out of that. Also, what's in these jars? Huh? What's in these jars? I have no idea. So we're going to be doing all the bonding events. There are 4 love interests and two normal things. So I'll be doing that, reloading, doing the other ones, and making sure we get those. But we're going to talk to everyone on the ship first, and then do mini games, and then bonding events. So it's the order of everything. There's still no word from Paula. That's too bad. I haven't been able to get in contact with Clara either. Really, that's not encouraging. You guys mean Paula from the riding club and Clara from the art club. What's wrong? Did they go off the grid? Seems like it. I didn't message her at all that often before now, to be honest. But before everything went down in Heimdall, I'd been exchanging intel with her off and on. Same goes for me and Paula. I was hoping to get in touch with her to confirm the situation, but... So it's not just Heimdall-based Thors graduates. It's probably nothing to be overly concerned about, but we still ought to keep them in mind. Now that Toa's back with us, we should let her know too. Guys, they're fine. They're fine. If anything's to be expected, it's... No one's in any harm. Unless they've been drafted. I guess then maybe. Prove me wrong. Nothing like a nice hot drink to calm you down. I'm glad you like it. Hey, Elisa, Angelica, taking some time out for a cup of tea. Yeah, I kind of figured it'd be hard for her to visit the lounge, given how she's supposed to be piloting the ship. You can't rely on the autopilot too heavily either. But on the bright side, I feel more relaxed now than I have in a long time. I'm so pumped now, I think I can pull off some real acrobatic maneuvers. Please don't. Yeah, that's just asking for trouble. I mean, unless we're being chased, then please do. Elisa's tea really helped relax me, body and soul. It's just what I needed. Everything just feels clearer somehow. Like I could handle any flight pattern you threw at me with ease. That's what I like to hear. Glad it helped. Hey, you play Vantage Masters, right? If you have time, what do you think about challenging me? Elisa, of course. I didn't know you played. I saw New Class 7 playing and thought I would give it a go. It's become popular with the 4th Development Division recently. In that case, you wouldn't want to be the only one not playing, huh? We should have a game or 2, or 3, together. That'd be great. Just one, and I'm gonna beat you. So bad. After I talk to everyone. I hear that Tita and Princess Alphen will be helping out aboard the ship. We certainly won't have to worry about being understaffed. Yeah, throw an agate and the ship's going to start feeling real cozy real soon. I imagine so. Meanwhile, the Merkaba Unit 2 is experiencing a manpower shortage. So Elrond and Ryuna have since gone to join them. Did something happen? Yes, we received reports of something big underway in the Holy City. Sounds as though they're going to be engaging in a full-scale conflict with Ouroboros. Jeez. It's highly likely this is just a feint, but the Society has developed a large force. A diversion for the Grelsritter, huh? Something's definitely up. We intend to keep in close contact with Grelsritter's headquarters. I'll keep you posted as the situation develops. Can we go there? Can we help out? I appreciate it. There's still so many members we haven't located yet. We need to get them back, and soon. We need to go somewhere new, though, because we've been revisiting so many areas. I'm like, we've seen Ulster and Milsante, those are new, but like, there's just not that much new yet. It's a lot of same environments still. Even if it was like an old one from like Celtic or Bereahard, I'd like to go back to one of those. Or something.
Sorry about all this. Would you stop apologizing?
You know, what happened?
Oh, it's nothing. I just grazed my arm a little during training. I don't think it's anything that needs to be looked at, though. That's just the kind of negligence that will leave you with a nasty scar. Now show me the wound and let's get it cleaned. Thanks, really.
Wow, Duvalie really knows her stuff when it comes to taking care of others.
There, clean and wrapped. That wasn't so bad, was it? Thanks again. This was so nice of you. Oh, that reminds me. I've got to give you something, Instructor Rean. This is the idea for Ellie's Palm Party account.
Okay.
We thought you should have this so you could help test the connection we'll be using to share intel with Lloyd and the SSS.
Why are they using Palm Party for that?
Plus, you can play the game too if you want.
Oh, cool. Thanks. Okay, at least you added that. Like, they're not using the game to test it, but you can play it too.
Okay. Want something to drink, Duvalie? It's on me since I owe you one. What would you like?
Oh, I thought you were one of the... You were not one of the options. Interesting. But Toa and Altina are love interests. That's interesting. Oh, wait. Yuna already was one. Right? Oh, no, she wasn't. She will be eventually. Since this game's not afraid of putting Altina in the love interest spot. It can't be. What can't be, Machias?
My dad just sent me an Orbital mail about the current situation in Ordis. A certain someone was dispatched there recently by order of City Hall.
Is there some sort of issue with that?
Nah, it's not a big deal, really. It's just my dad's been in kind of a tough spot in Ordis. What with his partial demotion and all. This could get messy for him. All I can do is hope he keeps on fighting the good fight. I don't know all the details, but Machias seems pretty worried about his dad. That in mind, Valimar might be able to get us over to Ordis.
The ship might too. Okay, we're doing it eventually. That's this deck. Ow.
Huh? What's Altina doing here? She must be pretty lost in thought if she hasn't even noticed me yet. She's so focused right now, but maybe I ought to check up on her as her instructor. No, maybe I should just leave her be.
Not yet. I have to group everything. I want to know what they're all about though.
Oh, Reen, nice work earlier.
Only because of you guys, Toa. Great job gathering all that information. By the way, what's that 0 file on the screen?
Well, you see, Elisa brought over some data to the Markaba. They appear to be files that she got from Ren, that girl from Liberl.
Mm-hmm. Ren, you mean Tita's friend, right? The former enforcer? What kind of data did she give her?
Well, remember a month ago, when the Liberl and Crossbell teams infiltrated Orcus Tower together? Apparently they acquired some top-secret files full of confidential information.
That might have some detailed records on exactly what happened in Heimdall back then.
Right, not to mention information on past incidents. Information that's not so well known. Problem is, the files are protected. They're not going to be easy to analyze. So, the idea came up of dividing the files between us to be decoded individually.
That makes sense. All that information would definitely be a huge help to us and our allies.
I thought the same. That's why I decided to pitch in. Working on one of the files right now, it seemed like one I might be able to parse.
I see. Those files are all encrypted. The more shovels at work, the better, I imagine. Now you just need a single computer to it's fine. Access denied. How is this the love interest event? I don't know, I guess we'll see. I probably won't keep it, though. Toa's just a good friend. I could never see her as a love interest. Same with Altina, but especially Toa. I've never once thought, like, Ring. No, Ring couldn't be with either of them. Or, I used to think Elfin, but now maybe? Maybe?
Elliot, you're behind this counter? The counter this time?
Yep. helping people is part of who I am, and that extends to cooking, too. Let me know if there's anything you need. I will, thanks. Ah, nice and short.
How can I help?
You are a good, store clerk guy. What's the word? I don't know. I don't know words.
Come back anytime. How can
Okay,
I
you don't
help?
have anything new.
Come back anytime.
Oh, I need globby fat.
How can I help?
Mr. Elliot. I also need this Recurria. We still have so much bait. I haven't found any fishing holes lately. And we didn't get anything new while we were out. Apparently.
Come
Okay,
back
we're good.
anytime.
Get back. I never said you could pet me. Your mouth says no, but you're purring all the same. I am not. There, isn't that better? Just relax and let me work my magic. Or if you would prefer, you can switch to human form and I'll give you a nice massage. There's no way that's going to happen. Yusa is just as relentless as ever. It's kind of scary. Apparently. This child is unsettlingly good at this. And I thought Vita's way of petting me was dangerous. Don't tell me you're her disciple. Oh, come on, come now. You're just being paranoid. Vita's a force to be reckoned with, all right. What's the matter, Emma? You've been sighing a lot these days. Huh? Have I? I certainly hadn't noticed myself doing so. The break room's always there for you if you need to take a load off. Thank you, but I'm fine, honest. If anyone's in need of rest, I think it's you, Reen. Don't worry, I've been taking regular breaks whenever I can. If you say so. I know how you feel, Emma. But really, it's better not to overthink it. Anyway, want to go take a nap together? Oh, why not? I hope I'm not the source of Emma's stress. You might be. Fee did take naps in all sorts of places when we were in school. They do say naps are good for you. It might not be such a bad idea to try one occasionally. She likes sleeping on benches just like a cat. all that talk of napping has made me sleepy. Well, why don't you take a nap? Okay. Wait. So, Ash, I hear you were pretty hot stuff back home, but don't get carried away. You still got a lot to learn about gambling and women both. Well, hey, I know I don't got as much life experience as you. I mean, you've done some pretty crazy stuff, as Crow, as C, and as Siegfried. Ouch, you had to go there, didn't you? Come to think of it, I kind of have trouble thinking of you as a ladies' man, Crow. Me too. Maybe because of all the times Angelica upstaged you back at Thor's. Lame. Hey, you don't know what it's like to have to compete with Angie. Take that chick from the literature club, for example, Tatiana, right? Let me tell you, if Angie set her sights on you, you wouldn't stand a chance. In fact, you might want to get moving on that before she does. I mean, unless she's not into women, then it doesn't really matter. Hey, mind your own business. It's not like I care, or anything. Come on, don't be shy. Whenever you need advice about women, you just come to Uncle Crow. Back off, man, this ain't funny. Even Ash isn't quite a match for Crow. This is an interesting conversation. Forget about me. What's the deal between you and that Abyss lady? She's easy on the eyes, but talks like she knows every secret the world's trying to hide, and she doesn't want to share. Honestly, Crow, I'm kind of curious what your relationship with her is, too. You too, huh? Sometimes I'm glad I didn't get too involved with her, but other times, I wish I had. I'll let you guys figure out how to interpret that one. Oh, come on. Well, that answered nothing. It's pretty clear. Oh, you want to go to Ulster? Flowers? What's with the flowers and suitcase, Your Highness? Oh, I'm just preparing myself is all. I was wondering if I could make a stop by Ulster once the opportunity allows. I see, Prince Oliver's childhood hometown. A state funeral for the victims has already been performed in Heimdall. The remains, however, were completely incinerated. Though the grave itself is quite extravagant, it's actually empty. No matter how I thought about it, I just couldn't picture my brother's soul lying to rest there.
Because it's still in his body and he's still active.
I'd just like to go back to his old home, just once. To lay some flowers there, Your Highness. Oh, it's just a personal whim of mine, really. We can talk more about it when the time is right. I should instead be thinking of what kind of contributions I can make for the ship, shouldn't I? Remember, I'm a member of the crew before I'm a princess. Don't hesitate to assign me my fair share of the work.
Prince Oliver's childhood hometown, huh? Maybe I should pay my respects too. We will. I'm gonna be so like non-reactive when he shows up finally, because I'm pretty sure he's alive. I keep saying it so often that it's just gonna be like, told ya. Either that or we're gonna reach the end of the game and I'm gonna break down crying because he was actually dead the whole time.
Hey everyone. I see you're all set up in the workshop now, huh, Tita? Yep, I wanted to pay you back for all the help you've given me. I'll make any modifications to your armaments you might need. It'll be just like when we worked together on your field exercises. Hey, don't take on too much at once. Remember, you gotta do maintenance on the engines, too. No sweat, I'm just getting started. That's great, just don't push yourself too hard. You two really get each other. Though I guess it makes sense after all the intense battles you two have gone through together. Yeah, well, I get the feeling we could have avoided a lot of those battles if Tita here didn't charge right in without thinking so much.
Really?
Huh. And what about all the times you were too much of a hothead to back down from a fight? Okay. I guess we're both as bad as each other. But I figure that's part of why we make such a great team. Yeah, you're right. Ooh la la, isn't that sweet? I think someone's got a little crush.
Yeah, I can feel myself getting bashful just watching them.
Nothing's fixed, but we do have Tita back, so that's the most important thing. Anyway, let me help you out for a bit. Call on me anytime.
Thanks, just knowing you have her back makes me feel better.
Still pretty lovey-dovey, aren't they? Agate's feelings aren't out in the open, but that just makes it even more interesting. Excited to see how things develop.
I get where you're coming from, but it'd be inappropriate to tease them about it until she's of age.
I'll help.
No weapons. That's great. Doesn't look like there's... Okay, so there is new outfits, but speed down. That's 60 defense for 5 speed down. That's not bad, but... Well, I'm gonna buy your sword. I'm gonna call it good for now.
Come back soon.
Because I'm kind of broke. I'm gonna grind at some point, but... We're definitely getting his sword, because you can't take him out if you wanted to.
Come back soon.
Laura, are you the last? No, you're not.
Why so serious, Laura? Everything okay? My apologies. I was just lost in thought. We were able to get you and Crow back. We've been recovering our comrades one after another. There's still the Ironbloods and the Ouroboros to consider, as well as Zephyr and the Red Constellation. Can I really hope to stand up to those blocking our path? Do I truly have what it takes to serve as heir of to the Arseed family? Sade, in the Blade Master's stead. Thoughts like that have been weighing quite heavily on my mind as of late. Laura, my sword itself is in fine condition. If there is a problem, it must lie with me. I must further hone my abilities should I wish to continue to serve as a blade of Class 7. Looks like Laura's hit a bit of a dead end. That being the case...
Well, we're doing it. Yeah, there is still this room.
Kurt! Not too bad, if I say so myself. Doing some practice, I see. Your movements there felt really natural. Yeah, it surprised even me, to be honest. But I guess it's to be expected after having crossed swords with Lieutenant Colonel Neidhart. Being able to hold my ground against one of Mueller's sworn friends was a big moment for me. I can imagine. Looks like we'll have to thank the Lieutenant Colonel and General for that sometime. Definitely.
but maybe not quite yet. I imagine Prince Cedric is also steadily improving his skills. Maybe I should start searching for that thing Uncle Zex told me about. General Zex told him to look for something. I wonder what it could be. Well, we're gonna find out. But first... That's everyone, yeah. Let's play Elisa in cards, and then Ellie and Palm Party. Yeah. How far? Oh, that only took 20 minutes to talk to NPCs? I'm getting faster. Okay, do I use Bard or Ranger, though? Bard. Spirit? What the hell is that? Okay. I need to see what Spirit is. We'll save that one for later. Wall will be good. There we go. That's expensive, though. Okay. So, how do I check this? Square. Allows the target to act again for 3 mana. When HP is 10 or less, all your cards get +1. Okay. I think we've actually fought that before. I just forgot. Okay, I got a Courier Bell, which is great. And I don't have enough to... Damn it. I don't have enough to... Whatever it's called. Oh, I can kill you, though. This fire really hurts, though. I think he can actually kill me. Oh, boy. Yeah. So I'm gonna take this out. I'm actually gonna swap you and take this out. There we go. What was I talking about? I don't remember. Gonna put another one out there. Attack +2 in the front row. Yeah. Cause so I can let's just drop you. And what do you... You're just... Oh, you're ranged. What am I doing? Did I just move in place? I didn't even move. What am I thinking? Okay, I did most of your health bar. Yeah. Screw it. Screw it. I will seal next turn. Go ahead. I dare you. I dare... No, wait, I don't even need to. Wow, you would... Elisa, did you know that you're dead?
One more time.
You did not plan very well for that. It's okay. It's okay. Not everyone's good at it. Okay, so that's out of the way. I wasn't expecting you to be that easy, but what did we get? Cards. No, it started with an O, that one. Okay. 6 and 5, and +1 for each enemy it defeats. Oh god. Oh god, I'm gonna have to rebuild my deck now. That's a good one. All right, so we're gonna do Palm Party quick. Looks like I haven't missed anyone yet.
Let the game begin.
Ellie, are you good at this? I would imagine so. This is gonna be an issue. This is the most interaction Rain's ever gonna get with them. I feel. Why can't I just hang out with them? Oh shit, I screwed that up. I screwed that up bad. Why can't I just hang out with them? Huh? We're gonna meet up with them eventually, I guarantee it. There we go. I need to get to 9 as fast as possible, and then it's just over after that. Unless she gets to 9 first. Okay, we got a red. I need a green. I need a green. Oh, damn it. There we go. It's funny because this is... It's not hard, but like... The Tetris player in me is like having trouble observing how this is done. I really want to play some Tetris again. Can you just put Tetris in like a game as a mini game? That'd be sweet. Not that I'm like the greatest at it, but it's really addicting. Okay, we're at 5 now. I wish you could hold. That would be sweet in this game. If you could hold one like for later, then I could set some stuff up. But you kind of gotta just live with what you get, honestly. Well, that was a big one. Oh yeah, we're just gonna do it.
Well played.
Yeah, I think you should have used your stuff. For you material. Okay. Now we are ready to do these. I'm gonna do the non-relationship ones first. Just because. Hey, Marcus. Let's go. So I have 5 right now. And there are 6 total, I think. I'll check after. Hey, Marcus, would you be up for sneaking into Ordis with me again? Even if the IDF, with the IDF there, we might still have a chance if we go via Valimar. Rain, you mean it? Thanks. There's actually a few things I've been wanting to check on over there. If we could just get in touch with my dad and help him out, help him work this out, it'd mean the world to me. No time to waste then. Let's get going. Look at that. Someone who wasn't like, oh no, I don't want to trouble you. He actually just straight up accepted help. Good. After contacting Governor Regnitz, the two headed to Ordis with Valmar's help. One of the governor's subordinates was waiting for them in Ordis and escorted them to the mansion with the utmost secrecy. Thank you, Machias and Reem. You risked a lot to come back here. I only meant to report on what was happening lately. I guess I've made you worry. Well, we just wanted to check in and make sure everything was all right. Seems like new problems are sprouting up faster than weeds. Right, like the NML, Conscription and Requisitions Council. Yes, whereas the Government Accountability Inspectorate falls under the judicial branch. The Ministry of Justice is an executive agency where the Conscription and Requisitions Council was only recently established. As the name suggests, they have the authority to requisition and conscript, according to the law. So one of the council members was sent to Ordis and is now carrying out the law. But this person is only targeting nobles? Oh. Yes, that's the information I've received from Vincent and the Floreld family. They seem to be covertly seizing assets way beyond the law, what the law permits. Some noble families are now on the verge of bankruptcy. They're taking this way too far. It's almost as if they have a grudge against nobles. It's clear. But that can't be right. They're nobility themselves. Indeed. One of them is the son of a count who was once in marriage talks with the Cayenne family. Depending on what happens, it could go against the secret non-intervention agreement with the nobles that Hugo and Vincent negotiated. I don't have the authority to execute anything now, but it's necessary to have oversight as a member of the inspectorate. Well, I'll do all that I can help now. I'll do all that I can to help now that I'm here. But this sounds all too familiar. Pardon the intrusion, Governor Regnitz. Has something happened? One of the council members is currently exercising their duties at the harbor. The cargo transport ship, shared by the noble families, has been forcibly requisitioned. Who would be... It does sound familiar, but who? Do I recognize... I don't know. All right. Let's get started. It shouldn't take too long since we're splitting the documents between us. Once they've been categorized, we'll send them out to the appropriate squadrons. Understood. You guys. What are you kids doing here? This is a restricted area. Hey, huh? Hey, you in the glasses. Haven't I seen you somewhere before? You know this guy, Machias? Yeah, I had a feeling we would meet him here. It's been a while, Arthur. I haven't seen you since Sis's funeral. You mean... No. Wow, first I get to see your dad again, and now you, Machias. It's good to see you. Sounds like you've been doing some good work at Thor's, and with the Government Accountability Inspectorate. Man, you've really grown. If I remember right, Machias' cousin was in a relationship with the noble son of a count, but the Cayenne family butted in and caused everything to fall apart. I hear you're no longer at City Hall. You were part of the executive committee that pushed the NML through, right? Yes, I applied right after that law was passed. I didn't ask to be transferred to Ordis. That was just a coincidence. After everything that happened, I figured I was in no position to face you or your father. I see. I'm not here on any official capacity, but there's something I still need to ask you. What exactly were you planning when you seized that ship? According to my father, the nobility intended it to be an emergency resource for refugees and victims of war. Even with the NML in place, seizing supplies meant to support the citizens won't be allowed. Under normal circumstances, I'd agree with you. But the law can be interpreted in a lot of different ways. I've already had this policy approved by the committee. I argued that since the nobles have resources to spare, they should shoulder the lion's share of the burden. That's how you got around it. So it's true, you're not even hiding the fact that you're robbing the nobility blind. This is a blatant abuse of statutory interpretation. With all your experience, you have to know that. Machias, you remember the Civil War. You were there after all. You've seen firsthand the suffering the nobles' foolishness has caused. Yeah. That doesn't apply to everyone, though. And the four great houses are the worst of it. Well, worst of all. Yes, they've paid reparations, but it's not enough. They've held back the progress of the Empire and its people for generations. We have to make them pay for everything they've done. If we are to overcome this war and create a brighter future, they must pay. What is this? I thought so. Arthur, listen to me. You can't do this. This isn't what Elsa would want. What? This whole time, I've been trying to understand why you'd support the NML. I mean, you're from a noble family yourself, so why would you be so harsh on other nobles? But I think I may have my answer now. You've never forgiven yourself for Elsa's death. The pressure from the nobility, the things you've said, they've been weighing on you all these years. But I told her I'd treasure her as my mistress instead. If she'd just accept that we couldn't get married. I just don't understand it. Why would she take her own life? You told her that? And you wonder why she'd... Well, that's terrible. What am I saying? What good will it do me to repent now when it's too late? You see, you've regretted it all this time, and those feelings festered. Forgive me, but I've been keeping tabs on you in my spare time. After Elsa died, you left City Hall and continued working for a different department. Your ties with the Cayenne household were completely cut, and you were as good as disowned by your own family. Despite all that, in your own way, you've been trying to change the Empire's nobility. It's all been to atone for what happened to Elsa, isn't it? Oh. I don't deserve those words. Believe me, I know how you feel. Back then, I hated the nobles, and how powerless I was to change anything. You must have lost any remaining faith in them thanks to the Civil War. So you used the NML to erode their power and put them in the line of fire. But this isn't right. Doesn't matter how dirty tactics, or what dirty tactics your foes use, or how much the odds are stacked against you. I believe in the law. If we really want to change the world, we have to do it by the book. Damn it. I know. I tried to do things legit. But it wasn't enough. No one's ever going to change anything that way. Not alone, we can't. He's mad because he let himself be so caught up in nobility that he couldn't be with the person he loved and told her that he would just keep her as a mistress. And she killed herself, and then he hated he hated himself for allowing it to happen and hated the nobles for existing and making things like that in the world. I'm just making sure I fully understand why this has happened. Because, I get it. As long as he's, feeling bad for it and trying to fix it, but yeah, definitely taking it the wrong way. I can only speak for myself, but I haven't given in yet. My cousin's death hit me hard. Just like you, I started to give in to my hatred. But the time I spent in Class 7 gave me a new outlook on the world and led me to the Inspectorate. I know there's a better way out there for you. I'll help you find it. It's the least I can do for the man my cousin loved. Machias. You really have become a fine young man. But me, I haven't grown as a person at all. How can I ever face you or your father after everything I've done? You shouldn't worry so much. Just come forward and face us head on. Dude, that curse needs to go away. Governor Regnitz, for better or worse, I'm going to stick out my post as Imperial Governor from here on. But I can't do it alone. I'm going to need the help of young talent like Rena Machias. That goes for you too, Arthur. We've worked together before, and we can work together again. I think this is what Elsa would want. Yeah, I agree. What do you say, Arthur? Will you work with us to change this country for the better? Machias. I messed up again, didn't I? I'm sorry, Elsa. What have I done? Did that actually, cure the curse from him? How does this curse work? Arthur released the cargo ship and returned it to its rightful owner. Though he'd continue working on the NML committee, he promised to change his ways and revise the requisition policies. Good. This is a long... Oh yeah, this is a very long bonding event. Looks like it turned out okay, huh, Machias? Yeah, I feel like I finally found some closure, too. Thank you, Reen. I don't think I've ever found the words to get through to Arthur if I hadn't met you. I'd have. If I've grown at all, it's only thanks to you and Eustace, and the rest of Class 7, too. Well, you're welcome. But you've helped me out, too. I think I can put a little more trust in the future now. Who knows, I might even be able to reach some of the kind of understanding with my own father. Oh, right. I guess none of this even compares to that. You're gonna have your work cut out for you. Just know you can always count on me for anything. You're a good friend, Machias. Thank you. I don't know. I'm pretty sure Osborne is just the original infected curse patient 0 or something. Because he seemed very loving before that. And the curse would do that to you. What happened this time turned out pretty well for me. I need to thank you again. It's no big deal. I just gave you a little push. Anyway, it's my job to look out for you. No matter what you face, you've got me and the rest of your friends behind you. If we all work together, we can overcome anything. You're right. You're like the only voice I don't have. I'm unsure about. So, this one has an update, so I'm probably gonna have to keep this one. I'm gonna have to keep that in mind. Door? I'm definitely not going to be keeping... I don't know yet. I don't know who else I'm keeping. I might not be able to keep Kurtz. But we have 4 more. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, that's because I did the side quest already. Okay. So only one person gets left behind here, and I don't know who it'll be. Whoever doesn't have a notice. Being able to hold my ground, yeah. Certain something. This thing your uncle wants you to search for, I assume there must be a big story behind it. I'd like to know more, if you wouldn't mind. It might prove useful to us later on. Sure, instructor, I don't mind. Would you be willing to accompany me somewhere, in that case? We can talk more about it on the way. Is it Parm? It's probably Parm. Kurt briefed Reen on the item he was looking for, and the two headed out to their destination. Raquel. Mick and Rose. Oh. You think this is the sword you're looking for? It must be. It matches the description. Roland Vander was a renowned swordsman who founded the Vander School. This is one of the two legendary swords he wielded during the War of the Lions. No kidding. Roland Vander really was an incredible swordsman, known for taking up arms with the young Dreikels himself 250 years ago. Why does Mick and Ro have it? So this is the sword your ancestor used, huh? Shouldn't this be in a museum? Indeed, his left-handed short sword, to be more precise. It's been missing since the war. My uncle reached out to me from the naval fortress. They'd apparently received word about a sword matching the description recently. Oh, so maybe he doesn't even know that, or Mick and Ro doesn't know that this is the sword. You may be able to discover the essence of what it means to be a sword of protection through the blades that once belonged to Roland. That was the top secret communication he went out of his way to send to Merkaba. I think I understand. It didn't show up during the last Civil War. It showed up now, when you're struggling to grow as a swordsman. Even other people would probably consider it fate. Probably. I admit, I'm more than a little self-conscious that I may be unworthy of such an honor. Even so, this is the sword my family has spent generations searching for. As a Vander, I must retrieve it. Alright, let's sort things out with the store owner. Just don't tell him what it is. Thanks to their friendship with Ash, the store owner Mick and Ro gave them a special price. They got it polished at the weapon workshop and then took it out to give it a test run. So this is the sword Roland Vander once used. How do you like it? The weight and balance are perfect. It almost feels like it was made for me. Of course, I'm a dual wielder. I'll need another one of these if I'm going to make full use of it. What? What's going on? My head. It's like there's something... I didn't read the rest. Kurt! Oh. Dreikels, my lord and dearest friend, I hereby pledge myself to your cause. I will not leave your side until you accomplish your goal. This I swear upon my blades. And if the power you wield should prove to be too much for you, I will do whatever it takes to bring you back to your senses, even if it costs me my life. I will watch over you and the Empire. The power you wield too much for you, bring you back to your senses? Interesting wording here for the past. Did they both see it? What was that? A memory stored within the sword, maybe? No. Maybe it would be more accurate to call it an echo of its owner's consciousness. In other words, you just caught a glimpse of Roland Vander's past. That was Roland. Unbelievable. The man himself fell during the War of the Lions, but it looks like a part of his spirit remained in the sword to watch over Emperor Dreikels. Probably resonated with us due to our connection as Awakener and Secondary Contractor, and our similar relationship to Dreikels and Roland. I see. A piece of Roland's soul, huh? I never thought I'd get to feel connected to my ancestor in such a manner. That's pretty weird. I can't let him outdo me. As a Vander, I owe it to my family and myself to overcome this trial. I'll open Prince Cedric's eyes to the truth, just like Roland would have done for Dreikels. With you as my witness, I swear it upon this blade. Inspiring words, Kurt. I'll be counting on you. Huh. That almost feels like you could have made it a main story. Maybe, but no. Kurt and Reen continued to train before returning. Kurt decided to keep hold of the sword until its partner could be found. Oh no. Max. It didn't update though. Oh god. So, is his next one gonna be like finding the other sword? But if I don't do this one, he doesn't have the first one? Or does he find the first one on his own? Like, how does that work? I don't know. Okay, guess it doesn't matter who we go for next. So many of them. Alphen. Going down to Ulster. If you're up for it, Your Highness, I could have Valimar take us there. I'd like to go pay my respects to Prince Olivert as well.
Reen, I would really appreciate that. Thank you.
We have like 3 left after that? 4 left total. Reen and Alphen took Valimar to a remote region of Erebonia. They went down to Ulster, taking care not to be conspicuous.
Phew, we made it. Sorry for making you carry so much, Reen.
Oh no, I'm glad I could help. And it's really not so much to carry, I assure you. But I think I can tell what this is just by the weight of it. Between that and what she was talking about with Sandy earlier. What?
This is where the Lenheim household was. This is where Olivert was born and raised. I've been wanting to make a visit, but it burned down before I could.
You know, those of us in Class 7 actually did stop by, back during the Civil War. Yuna and the others told me about it. That lightning struck it a few months ago.
Could that have been some kind of omen? Anyway, I'd like to offer some flowers and pay our respects. You see, this monument, it's...
Something the matter. Oh, someone's laid out a rose already. They must have had the same idea and got here before us.
I think I know who. That black ribbon is used by the Arner house in times of mourning. It must have been Cedric.
Oh.
What exactly is going through his mind? There's this, but what happened with the Crimson Wings in the first place? He thinks he has the right to mourn Olivert. But I suppose the same could be said about me.
Your Highness? Huh.
I asked Emma and Celine about the rivalries, Reen. If you do wind up facing off against Cedric, if you feel any pity or sympathy for him, you must bury it, even if it's a matter of life or death.
Your Highness. Well, we're just gonna bring him out of this nonsense. Maybe he'll even join the team as a normal character. I wouldn't mind if he stopped being a asshole.
Reen, you've always been so gentle by nature. To be honest, if you do end up fighting Cedric, I worry that your kindness could cause you to hesitate. Prevent him from doing any more damage than he's already has.
Voice. Princess Elphen, I'm afraid. I can't allow myself to do that. When it comes to Prince Cedric, I have Kurt to consider as well. But I have to think about you too. I'm not under the illusion that everything is going forward will be anything but complicated. This is Prince Cedric we're talking about, your twin brother and the person closest to you in a lot of ways, Your Highness. What happens with the rivalries is not set in stone. I think that the best thing is for you to think about what you yourself would like to do. Once I know how I can help, I'll do anything and everything in my power to do so.
Reen, I still have a lot to figure out with things as they are. I think that Elise would just laugh. But it's true, with Father out of commission and with Mother being held captive, I must face Cedric in place of Olivert. Even simply as his only sister, I would think over matters carefully. I won't run away from this.
That sounds like a good idea to me, Your Highness. Prince Cedric also offered flowers here. I think that act conveys a certain sentiment.
Thanks, Reen. Oh, right. I actually had something I wanted to do here. You know that case I'm making you lug around food?
A lute? Oh. I was almost sure that it was a lute. Is it?
Ah, yes, it is. A most beloved souvenir from Oliver's travels to Liberl. I've actually been taking the odd lesson here and there. I just might be able to hash my way through a song or two. According to Sandy, the mayor's out at the moment, so we're not pressed for time.
Oh, that's good. The whole situation with the mayor sure is strange. Valamar's on standby, so I can't see a reason why we'd need to hurry. I would be honored if you would play for me, Your Highness.
I'm a little nervous. Okay, deep breath and...
Okay. He's not dead, so it doesn't matter. But that got to me a little bit. just seeing, because I had no idea she'd be able to play the lute. That's how much she cares.
Sorry, Reen. I was able to play it better earlier. I really was. Maybe the size is throwing me off.
It really can make a big difference. I think this particular lute is a little big for most women. That was Amber Amore, right? Would you mind if I play a little too? Right, you play.
Oh, that's right. Elise mentioned you know how to play the lute. That explains why you were such a perfect lead guitar player for your performance at the Academy Festival 2 years ago.
Uh-huh. I suppose so. My dad gave me some lessons growing up. I'm no virtuoso, but it's a pretty famous song, so maybe we can make our way through it. Brightly shooting stars leaving trails in the sky. Is he singing it? Like a guiding light, they show me the way to your eyes. I don't feel like I should be reading this. I'm just gonna listen. I think they should have just made Sean Chiplock sing there. It was still good. Rain, I think you're being a little too modest about your lute playing.
That was lovely, Reen. Really lovely. You might even be better than Oliver.
And cue the humble. Thanks, but given how often he plays this lute, I'd be surprised if that were the case. Hearing this song again really takes me back, though. I used to listen to it a lot when I was little.
It seems that Ariel really loved it. This song is how she expressed her feelings when she refused father's marriage proposal back when he was the crown prince. I really feel like I can imagine her performance from Oliver's eyes.
I see. His Majesty the Emperor told me she refused his proposal. But I didn't know this song played a role in it.
It looks like Oliver was filled with the same sentiment. I get the feeling that the basic ideas and emotions we have as people don't really change much from generation to generation. Mine as well.
Huh?
I think that we'll be finding out Elise's whereabouts sooner rather than later. You're gonna find her, Reen. Find her and bring her back. I think that fate has set this course.
When someone is kind enough to assert that, it does make you focus in and face what lies ahead of you. That's exactly what I intend to do as well.
This isn't the time to be reserved, right here in this situation. I'm sure that Oliver would be in total agreement if you were here, though my thoughts regarding Cedric here are less clear. Vice.
Reen, I'm in love with you.
That's a big honor. That's the princess.
I have been ever since the day you rescued me. 2 years ago, on the Pantagruel.
Unfortunately, the only issue for me is that since playing Persona 5 after playing well it's also Fee. But since playing Persona 5, all I can hear is Morgana. Even when I listen to Fee, but Fee's voice, or the way she does it with the calmness, makes it a little different than Morgana. This almost feels like Morgana. But Elfin's not a cat, so.
You may see me as nothing more than your sister's dearest friend, the Imperial Princess under whom you serve. But all I truly am deep down is a girl whose heart longs for you.
That's been clear for a very long time. Don't say you had no idea. Everyone just confessing to him now.
I think that your lovely performance charmed this out of me, Reen. And you don't need to give me an answer or anything, okay? Just wanted to share how I feel about you. I think that a lot of things might change for you when Elise is back.
Oh boy.
And once the real battle begins, I don't think that there'll be any chances like this.
Your Highness.
Should we be heading back to the ship then? We still need to determine where Elise is. I actually think that I might be able to help Toa out.
Sure. That was also a long one. And we still have 3 more, so this is probably going to end up being a longer episode. Reen and Alpha departed Ulster after giving their best to Sandy and the others. They returned to Merkaba on Velmar. The princess carried the loot case on her back, saying she could not handle it. She could handle it on her own now. Yep. And I got a character note. Good, I'm keeping that one. Because I can totally see the Elfin situation. I cannot see Elise. Why does everyone gotta even attempt to push Elise? I don't agree with it, okay? I don't care if you're like not even blood related. Still weird for me.
My sword, yeah, we're gonna help you.
Right, maybe we could try there. Okay, maybe I should have double checked. Yeah, she wants to hone her abilities, yeah. Would you like to go down on the surface with me, Laura?
Oh, whatever for.
If you're intent on polishing up your skills, then I think I know the place. It just might help you shake off any stagnation you're feeling.
Very well. I can't say no to you. So where is this place exactly?
Laura would probably be... I probably mentioned it before. It's basically between Laura and Elfin right now. During the course of their intel mission, Reen and Laura stopped on a certain island. This is way out of the way.
Brionia, the same place you settled things with Crow. I suppose this would make an ideal training spot.
Yeah, and it's uninhabited too, so we don't have to worry about causing damage if we go all out. I've trained alone in the mountains before, but having a whole island to myself will be new.
Group B went here back when we were students. I doubt anyone will find us here. It's perfect. Now, we should set up camp so we may begin. First, we'll need to establish a base camp, build a fire, and find a fresh water supply.
Sounds good. Let's do it. Laura and Reen began their training trip. Interesting. They seem good together because they're both swordsmen, from different schools, but they have the same, drive in a way. After pitching their tents, finding food and water didn't take long. Yeah. Yeah, we've caught plenty of those. Okay. That board cannot be good. With preparations finished, they were able to devote themselves to improving their skill. Wow, I really like this one already. Both of them were used to training in the great outdoors. They moved across the island, alternating between individual practice and sparring matches. They started to lose track of time until eventually... Rain! Also, guys, you have a tent? But I'm pretty sure you set it up right next to a cave. Oh, so they went into the cave anyways. Sheesh. I could have sworn the forecast said it would stay dry. Maybe this is another side effect of the Great Twilight. Or maybe I'm just overthinking it. Weather can change. Perhaps. Summer rains are always unpredictable. Let's give it some time. It may be over soon enough. Sure. Some time away to train is just what I needed. Concentrating on nothing but swinging my sword has done wonders for clearing my head. I doubt this will be enough to overcome the certainty in my blade, though. Right. Is this about about your dad? Yes. The greatest man. The Sojiro. At the time, I truly believed I would black out momentarily. I felt so powerless. It was as if the ground had been pulled out from under me. The idea that I was the only a burden to Emma and Gaius, that I could not save you or Milliam, it was almost too much for me to bear. Laura. More than anything else, I despised myself for being so weak. As an Arcade, my blade is meant to inspire and push others forward. But I was unable to do it. I couldn't even come close to my father's legacy. I knew how much Elisa and Eustace must have been suffering, but I couldn't do anything for them. Reen, I truly admire you for deciding to undergo the rivalries. Everyone in Class 7 is working so hard in their own way. Even Crow is breaking free from his own past. I'm surrounded by people with so much determination. I feel like I'm the only one who isn't doing enough. So much from being the Radiant Blade Master's daughter. If I only been riding on the coattails of my father's renown all this time, am I truly that weak? Okay, we're gonna need to do what she did for us in the first game. When I consider this, I only want to run and hide from it all. This must be what is causing my lack of resolve. Is that right? You know, Laura, you and I are really quite alike. Huh? When I was being held at the workshop, I spent so much time cursing my own weakness. Everything had gone so wrong, and it felt like it was all my fault. But unlike you, Reen, as a fellow practitioner of the blade, I've always kept a close eye on you and your skills. Somewhere along the way, I noticed something odd, but I couldn't quite place what it was. Until now, that is. What do you mean? You're searching for a place to die, aren't you? Oh, those eyes. I know that the Chancellor's heart beats in your chest, and that is what's keeping the curse of the Empire alive. However, you are not like Crow. Once you die, you will not come back. Therefore, I must ask, why are you giving up so easily? Interesting. If you won't answer, then let me see if I'm correct in my guess. Is it because you can't forgive yourself? The curse spreading throughout the continent, Milliam's death. You blame yourself for all of it. So now you feel like you don't deserve to live and that dying will in some way help you atone. Am I right? Yeah, something like that. No, actually, it's exactly like that. What's the point in hiding it when you can read me like a book? I didn't know that at all. Countless lives will be lost because of the war and the Great Twilight. None of this would be happening if I had been stronger. Rain. If I'd realized what was going on sooner. I wouldn't say I'm trying to throw away my life. It's more like I'm looking for a way to make my death mean something. That's the best way I can put it.
I thought so.
Oh, I thought we were gonna turn Laura around. Now it's the other way around.
This may sound strange, but I'm happy you told me. Now that I know what burdens you, my own issues seem petty in comparison. There's a rage building up inside me that has cut through all the pain I was feeling from losing my father. I won't falter anymore. It's all so clear to me now. Laura.
Oh! Okay, I think
should speak for itself.
I think it's just got to be Laura, I guess.
I'm no different than Elisa and Emma. Fee as well, I suspect. Though it may seem strange to hear me say it, I too have feelings like this. And when I'm with you, I can hardly contain them. The path of the sword has brought us together, and I'll do whatever I must in order to prevent that from changing.
Laura. I was not expecting that. Well, I kind of was. They were getting kind of close, but I'm like, they wouldn't do that. None of the other ones did that. But Laura's just like, screw it. I don't care how you feel, Reed. I'm going for it. That's why I like Laura.
Thank you. I feel a little better now. And here I was thinking this trip was about me cheering you up. I guess the best either of us can do is to accept our mistakes and try to get on with our lives. Yes, but not only us. Why else do people band together and encourage growth in one another? I will endeavor to not let this weakness of mine hold me back. You must do the same. There may be others you wish to be with instead of me, but can we stay like this? Just a little longer?
Of course. They just don't want you to be able to lock it in. They're like, Laura, you have to take control. Be like, there may be others, really? No. I mean, according to the game, there is. Wow, that's a pretty intense storm. You know, it looks like we'll be able to train some more now.
Yes.
Now she's blushing.
Are you all right? Hey, don't tell me you're embarrassed now. What? Of course not. I'm just surprised I could be so bold. Anyway, it's time to focus. We came here to train, remember? I never knew Laura could be so cute.
You don't remember the save file that got removed? He said this before.
All right. We'll train extra hard now to make up for lost time. We've got to get over our weaknesses and help each other grow, right? Indeed, let's start.
Because I chose Laura in 1, 2, and 3, and I wasn't sure if I wanted to in 4, mostly because when the voice actor changed, I was a little like, I don't know, concerned for a while, but that really doesn't have anything to do with it. It just felt like it wasn't Laura, but now I'm getting used to it. I just need to hear her more. She's not in the story enough. They returned to camp for lunch, feeling refreshed and more relaxed than they had been in days. After another intense training session, they headed back to the ship. Yeah, I mean, there's a pretty good chance I'm going with Laura. And character note update. Yeah, we got to keep that one. So, Machias and Laura had character updates. And Thor's network. No, it'd just be allies. Alphen also had a character update. Kurt did not. And we have 2 left. So, it looks like, so far, I have to keep Machias, Alphen, and Laura. Okay. I think I may reload, get all 3 of those to save them, and then do the last one. Just so I don't forget and like miss one. Yeah, I might as well. So 1 sec, I'm gonna get those back done. Okay, those are done. I went back and did it, basically just to remove Kurt's, and then saved over it. So I may still go with Kurt's if I get nothing from Toa's or Altina's. I don't know. But I wanted to make sure those three for sure weren't removed because they had character updates, and I don't know. That's kind of the main thing after you see them for me is whoever has character updates. God, it's so hot. My hair is just turning into stringy strands. Altina's lost in thought. Let's go hang out. All right, I better snap her out of Clam Soleus. Huh? Where are you going?
Instructor Reen, it's nothing to worry about. I just have a few minor tasks that I need to take care of. You don't need to trouble yourself with everyone's private matters.
Altina, wait. That seemed a little...
Where's she heading off to? I better go after her with Valimar.
Is she going to make a giant pancake? Because she did mention that. Reen explained the situation to the others and then began trying to figure out where Altina had gone. While researching using the terminal documents, she stumbled upon some disturbing information. It was related to Reen's hometown, Amir. The government had a strategy in place to send the IDF to occupy this neutral region, capture the Baron and his wife, and draw Reen out in the open. Oh, she didn't want Reen to know. Today was the day this operation was scheduled to be put into action. Class 7 immediately hurried to the Isengard mountain range. After hiding Valimar among the rocks and crags, Reen made for Amir as fast as his legs could carry him. And it's rendered. Right? It doesn't look too low quality. Looks like we might end up going here eventually, maybe. Please, it can't be too late. It does look a little low quality though. Stop right there, Brad. Because they wouldn't re-render. Uh-oh. I would really like to go back to Amir at some point. Who'd have thought this little kid could cause this much trouble? So much. That black puppet. Wait, are you the Intelligence Division's Black Rabbit? Perfect. You can join the Baron until the Ashen Chevalier gets here. Ah. Oh, right's a demon. What the? Nope. Even the Zauber Soldat. Impossible. Could it be him? There's no way. Take your hands off Altina.
Instructor.
Hey, pull yourself together. We're the IDF, for crying out loud. Calling reinforcements. We'll surround him.
Sorry to break it to you, but they already left.
Oh. You.
Scarecrow.
The Ironbloods, what are you doing here?
I was gonna ask you that. Amir is neutral. We have a non-interference agreement. I applaud your passion for your work, but breaking that agreement by coming here isn't something we look kindly on.
But we were just... Major, what about the Ashen Chevalier's actions at Ordis in the fortress? What are a few sacrifices if it means stopping him from stymieing the war effort?
Look, I didn't come here to talk military strategy. You're to leave the area immediately. That comes straight from Old Blood and Iron himself.
The Chancellor? You heard the man. Withdraw.
Lecter, what's going on with you? Sorry about that. Some of our troops have more enthusiasm than sense. I'll be making an example of them. No one will dare to touch Amir again.
Lecter, what are you? He came out of demon form just fine on his own.
Well then, see you around. Don't be too harsh on the Black Rabbit, okay? She did this for your sake, after all. I'm very sorry for acting so recklessly. I just wanted to help, and...
An actual hug, not a head pat.
Thank goodness you're all right.
This is why it can't be like a love thing. You're on one knee because she's too little.
I appreciate the sentiment, but please don't do that again. Talk things through with someone. Don't just rush out on your own. I won't be able to take it if I lose you too. Okay.
Maybe I'm like misunderstanding the heart. Maybe it just means very close. Not. That would be nice. Because then I would max out Altina's because she is like his little sister, basically.
Of course, I should have thought of that. I could have put him through the same pain he felt back when he lost her. I'm sorry. I promise I won't do anything like this again.
Okay, as long as you understand. Phew, you're okay. Everything's fine. He's gonna pass out.
I can't carry on the way I have any longer. I need to change. I may need to do what Milliam did. No, that would cause him pain as well. I need to come up with a plan of my own to protect him when and where he needs it most. What is this emotion I'm feeling? It feels somehow different from my connection to the others. Could this be what they call...
It's probably love. Rena and Altina climbed back up the mountain to Valmar. They made it back to the Merkaba and reunited with their friends. And that's it. Okay, good. Cause I was that was definitely good. Short, good. And they didn't try to push anything that was kind of gonna creep me out if they did, but thank God.
Instructor Reen, I'm really sorry about what happened before. It won't happen again.
It's okay, as long as you understand. I'm just glad you're all right.
Instructor Reen, thank you. But how do I really feel about him?
I mean, they could try to push it in some, like, you're a homunculus nonsense, but still. It doesn't matter. Where is she? There she is. No updates there. So this was just maxing her bond and a heart. Just call it a heart. I mean, that's what it is, right? Okay, one more. Toa. You need help with the secret files. Mind if I try and help, Toa? There's enough computers for the both of us. Things should go faster if we divvy up the work.
You don't have to do that, Reen. I know how busy you must be. I'll find time to
do everything on your own. That's a bad habit you're gonna have to kick. I know a thing or two about using a computer. Just tell me which part I should work on.
Oh, Reen, you're the last person I want lecturing me about taking on too much. Still, I really would appreciate the help. Go ahead and take a seat.
You're the one who used to give him all the work. You made this. Configurations complete and initializing automated analysis.
Thanks, Reed. I'm all done setting up on my end, too.
It's a lot of typing. You know the screen is busy right now. You guys aren't even typing anything. It's analyzing, which means it's fine.
Now to integrate the tasks. Then we'll start auto-logging the analysis results.
Just reminds me of all the hacker movies where they're just like constantly typing, but in reality what you're doing is like, you know, one line and then you're sitting there. You're just waiting. That's it. Maybe I should go get us something to drink. That's more realistic.
There, all that's left to do now is wait until it finishes up.
Yeah, exactly.
Nice work there, Toa. Here, I got this for you. When did you... Wait, is that Coco?
Wait, did you have a different can in your hand than the one on the desk? Help yourself. I know it's your favorite. A favorite of yours.
Your treat then, huh? Thanks, Reen.
Oh, that's his. Okay.
You got black coffee for yourself, though? That's no fun.
Sorry, I'm not really one for sugary drinks. Look at me being so God, I don't even know. Just need to relax and accept. Stop over-analyzing everything.
This feels just like it did back in school, sitting around the student council room.
You guys helping me out, me lending you a hand in return. Looks like it happened all over again. I really am glad you're all right, though.
Reen, thanks. Still, we have a whole mountain's worth of problems left to get through. We still don't know where Elise is, or the rest of the Academy personnel at that. Sure, Angie is back, but George and Crow, no matter how cheerful he acts, he's still...
Toa.
Okay, I'll stop. I'd be in for a real hair-ruffling if Crow heard me whining like this. I'm sure Angie would just take that as a challenge to start rubbing herself against me.
I think that might end up happening anyway.
You're telling me those two are just the same as ever, aren't they? I bet George is too, somewhere way deep down. Oh, I think it's done. Now we just have to check the logs.
I'll help. Let's split it up. Working together, Toa and Ring finished piecing together the fragments of a secret document. The resulting information regarding an incident from around 17 years ago? Though unrelated to the present situation, it was nevertheless a startling and unexpected development. What is it?
So what's this about? It's a previously unknown information about an airship incident from 17 years ago. The one with the international ship that ran between Crossbell and Holyask up to in Northumbria. There was a problem with the orbital engine. Everyone on board died in the resulting crash. But the truth is, this was no accident. It was an attack. One resulting from a secret battle between the Erebonian and Calvardian intelligence divisions. Most of the passengers were Crossbellan citizens, and the whole event became an indirect cause of Crossbell's bid for independence 2 years ago.
Oh, you have some long sentences.
But there were also a few Erebonian citizens aboard as well.
I see, like your parents.
All right.
She lives with her... Who did we meet in Heimdall? Wasn't that her parents? They were on their way home from attending an academic conference as political science and economic specialists, right? No, that's her aunt and uncle, I think.
Right. I was pretty young then, so my memories are very faint. My grandfather told me the conference was about seeking out possible methods of economic revitalization from Northumbria.
Toa.
And of course, the people of Crossbell were livid. But they never paid any real mind compared to the major powers whose squabble they got caught up in.
Every sentence, Toa. Slow it down.
I feel like I'm only now getting a real sense of just how outrageous all of this is.
Toa.
Each of these events of the past is invariably chained to the situation we found ourselves in today. That goes for this incident and for Hummel too. Sure, the Empire's curse may be the underlying cause, but that cause is nothing without people to act upon it. That's why we can't afford to look away. We have to face what lies ahead of us.
You're right, Toa. But even so,
Thanks so much for your help, Reen. I don't know what I'd do without you. Now then, let's get all this analysis data sent over to the other teams.
Yeah, let's. I guess I should let her be for the time being. Still, if this keeps up. Oh, I love how the voice line was only 2 short sentences, but the really long lines, I want to hear someone actually speak these very long lines. They don't, because they only exist in written form. Because you're only supposed to read them in your head. Reading them out loud is very much different.
Thank you for helping me with the analysis earlier, Reen. If anything comes up, you'll be the first to know.
Thanks. Toa might be overdoing things a little. Maybe I should just let things be right now. She knows how to take care of herself. That wasn't really like a heart thing. I mean, that was more of just they grew closer kind of thing. But Toa, you're not class 7. You're Thor's network. Okay, you weren't updated. The question is, do I keep Toa or Kurt? I feel like, because I only need one more star for Kurt. And that means if any bonding event comes up, I'm done with it. Toa, I would need 2 stars and an extra heart if I wanted to see an optional scene later. So maybe I should just keep that and just leave Kurt unfinished, which sucks because I definitely, Kurt's one of my favorite characters. But at the same time, I don't know. It just seems like I would get more stuff out of keeping Toa's stuff. More content. So, we'll see. But I'm gonna have to end this here. We got a lot done, considering how many bonding events there were this time. And there's extra people on the ship. There's just so much. Some of Machias' scene was very long. Elfin's was quite long and very good, but Laura's was my favorite. There's just something about it. They seem like so happy in the beginning, and then it got very, very hot in there, and then they went back to normalcy. But that was interesting for them. Altina's was very short too, but no, I liked them all, definitely. Kurt's. I really want to know if I should keep that one or not for the fact that he found a weapon, or if he finds it on his own. Something, I don't know. If I don't do it, is it gonna affect another bonding event? I don't know. So I don't think it would. I think they would just assume that you'd seen it. Maybe. Oh well. But thanks for watching. Let me know if you like it, and I'll see you in the next one.